Hey, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why one person makes it when another person fails? When it's obvious that people are being successful in that arena? Think about this. If I offer you a chance to come into my business, and the first thing you do is run home and ask Uncle Larry, cousin Jojo, what they think about the business, what they think is the best way to go about working the business, and they say, I never heard of them. I know nothing about that type of business, man. I think it's one of those things you probably should leave that alone. And then you get out of the business or you stop doing the business, and everybody else is being successful and you still stuck at ground zero. But whose fault is that? Let me break it down to the simplest level. If you go to McDonald's, right, and you start working at McDonald's, and then you go home and ask the same uncle and cousin how to work at McDonald's, and they say, well, I don't know, I ain't never worked at McDonald's. I don't know, you probably shouldn't work at McDonald's. Or they went ahead and tell you what they think you should do while you're working at McDonald's. What do you think is going to happen? McDonald's have their own system. Wendy's have their own system. I don't care if you go to McDonald's, wherever you go across the United States, it's the same system. As a matter of fact, I went to the McDonald's in Marseille, France, and it's the same system. They serve beer, by the way. But everything is in the same exact spot. As far as how the workers work, it's the same system. Wherever you go, it's going to be the same system. So if I open the door for you to come into my business, and I tell you you have to follow the system, guess what? You have to follow the system if you're going to make it. Nobody knows everything. I don't care how high up you go in life, there's always somebody higher than you or have more information than you do. My upline, when they tell me what to do, I have to follow what they say if I want to make it in this business, because there's a system. So in order to make it in life, in this business, for any endeavor you try to be successful in, you have to be teachable and coachable. That's my point. You have to have a high teachability index. Now, what is a teachability index? The teachability index is your readiness to learn and acquire new information. For instance, if I was to teach you something about my business, and you start saying, well, I got it, I already know that, or I mastered it, guess what? Trainability index just went down to 0. Because you never got it. You're always learning. You're always acquiring new information. Your ability to acquire new information and apply it will take you far in life. What are you willing to do to acquire new information? What are you willing to do or give up to be successful? Are you willing to spend money? Because you may have to spend money on different seminars, books, CDs, depending on what kind of business you're trying to do, to learn about the business, right? Given it that when you come into my business, the fee of $35 for the license is all you need to pay, because we have a back office with the information back there that you need to follow. But the key is you have to follow the information. Are you willing to give up time for your success? Because there's a bunch of videos that you will have to listen to, watch, and listen to what the instructor is saying, because there's a learning curve. So are you willing to give up time to be successful? Are you willing to give up what you love? Because you may have to give up watching TV for a while, give up your favorite show. I don't care. Maybe you might be watching Empire if that's still on. But you have to give up something to be successful. You're not going to be successful without paying a price. Now, you could stay in the work environment. I don't care what you say about the work environment. I understand people have to work. I worked for a long time, and I will still work if I have to. But the point is that that's a slave system. You are trading time for money, and you're not going to make the type of money you want by trading time for money. You have to give up some kind of either money, time, or something you love to learn a business of your choice so you can make it. That's just the fact. Now, the Teachability Index has two passions to it: the willingness to learn and the willingness to accept change. The willingness to learn and the willingness to accept change. Right? Because what is success but the progressive realization of a goal? And if you're going to progressively realize a goal, that means you're progressively changing. And if you're not willing to accept change, for instance, apply the new knowledge that you're learning where it contradicts with the knowledge that you have learned so far, with your knowledge and experiences that you have learned so far, you have to apply the new knowledge. Because guess what? What you learned before may have applied then, but it doesn't apply now. So the constant change must happen. And if you're going to be successful, you have to be willing to accept change. Because for things to change, you must change. If you have a high willingness to learn, let's say it's 10, and you're not willing to accept change, then 10 times 0 is what? 0. If you have no willingness to learn, it's a 0, and a high willingness to accept change, which is 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, then 0 times 10 is what? Still 0, right? So you have to have a high willingness to learn and a high willingness to accept change. You have to do this. You have to be willing to learn. Don't think you know everything. If this applies to you, then you know what I'm talking to. Don't think you know everything, but get on the system, learn the system. If you learn the system, you will be successful. I don't care what you're doing. If you learn the system, you will be successful. Thank you. Be your best self.